And in one piece, no less.
Speak for yourself. I think that shaved a couple years off my life.
Damn storm. Can't afford too many.
Hey, today is December 27th, day of Man's Christmas party. I'm not in a good mood, like, at all. The only reason I'm streaming this is because I want to play the game, and I feel bad just leaving you with half a story. There's probably not going to be any talking in this one. So don't expect to see much talking. Or probably any at all. Yeah, I am not in a good mood.
Delays, but we'll not be. We can make camp tonight and slip onto a carriage to the capital tomorrow, once we're out of the wastes.
Public carriage seems a bit...
Not with all the outsiders flocking in for the funeral.
Lovely. Another...
Let's just get our camp.
Ah, this is so cozy. I feel alive again.
It's certainly better than freezing. Reminds me of when I was a child. Back then, I wouldn't have been caught dead out in the wilderness like this. Countryside nobility like us had no fortune to speak of. My parents bowed and smiled for their money, and honestly, I despised them for it. Back then, I thought being a noble was about, I don't know, a life of prestige, being respected. But one spring 7 years ago, our town was attacked by this horrific creature. A human. Though I'd no idea at the time. I was evacuated alongside the servants while the rest of the town burned. I waited for my parents to join us in the shelter, but they would never come. The parents I'd so despised had stayed behind to protect the villagers who couldn't flee.
That must have been hard.
Still, it changed everything. But our town's just rubble now. A footnote in history. I remember my father petitioning the capital for aid, but no reply came. Even knowing how much of a threat the humans were. Now, I think, what if the army... Well, Luis, what if he's the one who abandoned us? If we were just a pawn in his game, then I will make him pay.
Hey, Grius. We all trust each other now, don't we? I think we can tell him.
Aye. Maybe you're right.
Something special about...
Well, we used it to identify the messenger from our faction, to better suit His Highness and his keen aptitude for magic. That blade was specially forged. Of course, when swordplay bored him, he'd amuse himself by levitating it or standing atop it to glide about. Those days.
I've heard.
There was a plot on his life. One I wish I'd rooted out soon. Just like tonight, it was pouring rain. Your Highness, this way! Who let these blackguards into the palace? Huh?
My lord, are you hurt?
Back!
A royal knight. A wench and nothing more.
You knave! You know nothing of true knighthood. I pledged my life to the prince, and I'll not lose it to you! Highness!
Don't falter! Give chase!
Stop! They dare harm him! I failed him. Again.
Highness! Highness! What is this? His Highness survived the attack, but of all the mage healers in the capital, not one could win. We might lift the curse if we knew the specifics of to dispel the curse.
And you're sure Luis is the man?
I saw him in the fray. He was younger then. Younger even than you are now. And now, after spilling the royal blood of father and son both, for His Highness, for the king, and for the very future of this country, to kill Luis.
I see. You haven't told...
A rogue neither.
So, that's what all this is about. Say, friend, this mission...
Yes.
You've been carrying a greater weight than I... In any case, I owe you my life. Let's save this country. Ideally, once we're out of this cop. I think it's about time we eat. We're almost to the capital, after all. I'd say that's worth celebrating.
I'm beat.
You're kidding. Time for bed.
Well... Nonetheless... Well...
Huh? I'm pretty sure I fell asleep.
Well, then it's just as I thought. While you're asleep, our connection is much stronger. You wield your magic with ever more confidence. Splendid. As I mentioned previously, the archetype grows and develops anew through encounters with others. Look for those bearing the nobility and presence of the heroes and kings of old. More virtuous than the weight of any crown or medal is the burden you place on your own path forward. The more comrades and supporters who stand beside you, the more your power will deepen as you soar to new heights. One day, if the people join hands and seize the freedom to decide their own future with their own power just as you do, that is my ideal world.
Hold on. What do you mean, supporters? We're trying to keep out of the public eye here.
I mentioned before, did I not? There is no hero without allies. Only a single voice in opposition. In other words, even archetypes have their own strengths and weaknesses. They'll be of little use if used thoughtlessly. Life and death are seconds apart on the battlefield. Be attentive when you feel unsure how to proceed. I recommend you well, it's almost... The royal funeral draws ever closer. 4 days remain.
Good.
This place here. This place here.
Let's go.
Great. Let's move out.
Escaping the dragon's threat in the Nord mines, the party shakes their pursuers amidst the discovery of great powers. To make up for lost time, they risk hiring a coach to secret them the rest of the way to the capital. The royal funeral draws ever closer. 2 days remain.
Finally, we found a ride. Looks like we should make it in time for the funeral after all.
Last time we rode in a public carriage, it was hit by bandits. A pack of Louise zealots, too, if I remember. Talk about a nasty surprise.
You've come a ways since then. Any bandits who set on us now are in for a nasty surprise.
Reminds me of the road to the fort, sitting there in the cart. Never could have imagined you and I would be the only survivors. Strange. How fast life can change.
It'll only get tougher from here on out.
Oh, I wasn't really complaining.
The last couple days have certainly almost feels like everything we thought we knew about the world was wrong.
Well, plenty of people live their lives without taking a single step outside their city. But we haven't the luxury of ignorance, I suppose.
We're almost to the capital. Quiet now, and stay sharp.
Milady! Welcome back.
After so long, I am only surprised anyone remained here who yet remembered me.
Surely you jest, milady.
Pay me no mind. The skyline is full of unfamiliar figures.
It's the guard that's changed them up. It's just chaos and politics there, arguing over matters of succession. Not to mention talk of monsters at the border. We've nowhere near enough soldiers to deal with them on top of everything else.
After tomorrow, the city will calm. Once after which, I suppose there'll be no further need of us. Not many even remember we were searching in the first place.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. One day remains. Escaping the Nord mines, the party hailed a horse-drawn coach and returns now to Grand Trad, capital of Uchronia, the day before the royal funeral. As they gaze upon the city, flags of mourning fluttering in the wind, the magnitude of their mission exacts its toll on the heart.
The fog's rolling in. Rain's then.
Can this funeral withstand more misfortune? I've heard they don't have enough soldiers to keep...
Oh, it'll be fine.
Let's not draw attention to us. There's a hostelry tucked at the back of Sunsheet.
Here we go.
That's terribly unfair.
All right then. All right then. Where to?
Whatever will I
Hey.
do?
Just pathetic.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin.
Got it. Now then. Crowd on this street looks pretty rough.
What is it?